Oh, sorry.
Just let me know.
It's not
Just like give me like a thumbs up or something. So then.
You know everybody been waiting on that baby.
Sitting here with Dr. Obiaman. I am Alon Ward. We're here with Grant Pullen, and behind the camera is Trevor Lawrence, excuse me. So I just have a list of questions for you, Dr. Obiaman.
Okay.
So the first question is, first, just they already know your name, but just how long have you worked here at Prairie View University?
Okay.
And what's your position?
Okay, so I'm currently serving as the Dean of the Roy G. Perry College of Engineering, and I've been here for a year, since September 1st, 2018. I've been at the university for about 16 years. I came in as an assistant professor, and then I worked my way up to a full professor, and I became a department head of electrical and computer engineering for about 6 years. At that time, it was somewhat the largest unit, and then I became the dean.
It's an interesting story. So what is your educational background? So like, I guess where you did your college studies and all of that.
So I did my undergraduate at the University of Texas at Arlington, and then I did my master's here at Prairie View,
All right.
and then I did my PhD at Texas A&M University.
Great. Sounds good. So
Wait, what was your undergrad?
At the University of Texas at Arlington, UTA.
go Mavericks. I was gonna go there.
Is that right?
That was on my list.
Yeah, but you
PV
chose PV,
University.
right?
Yes, ma'am, I
Okay.
did.
Almost went there too.
I did.
Huh?
Almost went there
Really?
too.
See,
So I'm so excited we got you.
it's actually a great school though. I like
It's
it.
a good school.
So what is your current specialization or like your research area?
So I'm currently looking at programmable devices. I look at FPGAs and programming these particular devices to perform, different electrical functions. But I'm trying to look at moving into machine learning and artificial intelligence.
Wow,
Hmm.
that's some interesting stuff.
Actually, I'm trying to look at writing algorithms for machine learning and artificial intelligence on field-gate programmable devices.
Sounds good. It's way above my pay grade.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
So what motivated you to become an engineer or at least a scientist?
Okay, so I've known for a long time that I wanted to be an engineer since I was in the 4th grade.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
was influenced. I had an engineer who graduated from Prairie View, and I was very excited. But I always liked, you guys may be too young, but I've always liked encyclopedias. You guys know
I know
what
it. Yeah.
you have to look
I'm
it
familiar
up.
with it.
Okay.
I'm familiar with it.
So I'm from this small town, and my parents bought some encyclopedias. Well, there were two in particular that I used to like, and one is how to make things, because I like to make stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then number two, there was one on science and planets and stuff. I used to like those too.
Astronomy. Okay.
And so it stemmed from that, and as well as my brother and family being engineers. There are 4 other engineers in my family, electrical engineers,
Oh, wow.
and I'm on the younger end. So I was influenced by them as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Family of scientists, family of engineers. That's great.
Now my parents didn't go to college though.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am. So what are your highest aspirations for your students? What do you want your students to get out of engineering?
So I would like for my students to be recognized in the field for their contributions in the field.
Mm-hmm.
Developing something, creating something, being innovative, being entrepreneurs. I just like to see them excel.
Sounds good. So with that being said, how would their scientific training impact the world that we live in every day?
When I look at you as a student,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to learn a lot in engineering.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like for you to take the approach that you're learning engineering to be a better person.
Mm-hmm.
Not to go get the job, but to be a better person.
Gotcha.
And
Yes, ma'am.
overall, throughout your entire lifespan, you're going to use the things you learn, including your technical things, to change the world and impact the world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am. So we're almost done here. So
Okay.
as your overall goal as a scientist, what is your ultimate achievement for yourself? Like to win a prize or Nobel Peace Prize? What do you see?
I don't think I'd like to seek to win a Nobel Peace Prize, but I'd like to be recognized at a maybe national, international level with contributions in my area. I'd like to publish lots of papers in the area that I'm contributing to so that people can use the things that I leave behind to build, to make something bigger and better.
Oh, wow. Sounds really good. So, if you had a lot of students, what would be your final words to encourage them to, I guess, keep them motivated?
My final words to students is to learn as much as you can and have fun doing it. Learning is not hard, but do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. Again, I go back to saying, you learn all these things, yes, to get the degree, but you learn these things to be a smarter, more complete person.
Yes,
You know,
ma'am.
so have fun being an engineer. Have fun going to those courses. What's your major?
Mechanical.
So have fun doing heat transfer and realize
Yes, ma'am.
that heat transfer that you're learning today, it will impact, it will change all the airplanes, jet engines, all those things. You're very, very impactful. So learn it to be a better person and to contribute to the world.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Alrighty, guys. Well, this is Dr. Obiamon. I'm Alon Ward once again. This is Grant Pullen, and behind the camera is Trevor Lawrence, and we thank you for your time.
After the camera turned off, Dr. Obiamon had a lot more to say to us future engineers. She said that she wanted to interview us and learn about why we chose to become engineers. We then went down the line and proceeded to give our reasons for why we are passionate about engineering. Grant comes from a family of engineers. Alon, also having relatives in the field, aspires to own his own business along with being an engineer. I want to be the first in my family to receive a degree and change the world with my ideas. Dr. Obiamon was more than pleased to hear all of our responses and began to give us some advice. She encourages not just us, but any student to always learn as much as we can and learn to contribute to the world. She said that engineering gives you methodology and that it teaches practical and logical thinking. Dr. Obiamon stressed the importance of getting involved in professional organizations, saying that students need something other than school to keep them grounded. Lastly, Dr. Obiamon explained that the competition for engineering is global, so we should always aim higher in order to compete. I personally related to this because I don't want my future contributions as an engineer to only affect my city, state, or country. I want to do something that could potentially change the world. It was phenomenal speaking with Dr. Obiamon, and her words truly resonated with us. May we all continue to strive and become the best versions of ourselves that we possibly can.